Will the House please come to order and members kindly take their seats? Good morning. A very special treat for you. The devotional today will be led by David Robinson of Brattleboro, who is an Army veteran with the K-9 unit.
Good morning. In my life, I have made many promises, many of which I failed to keep. But when I was 18 years old, I took the oath of enlistment into the United States Army. I swore to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to obey all orders of my superiors. That was a heavy lift for being 18 years old. It was quite the weight on my shoulders of the magnitude. That was not a promise, that was an oath. I also agreed to live my life through core values such as loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. I encourage every person in this room to look into their hearts and take a moment to reflect on the power of an oath and what that means. Thank you very much.
Members, will you please rise as Paige Dean Roy of Stowe leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Members, we have 19 House bills for introduction today. With that, member from St. Albans Town, can you please offer us a motion to suspend rules to introduce bills by number only?
Madam Speaker, I make a motion to suspend our rules to introduce bills by number only.
The member from St. Albans Town moves that we suspend our rules to introduce bills by number only. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have suspended rules to introduce bills by number only. Please listen to the first reading of bills by number only.
H 172,
To General and Housing.
H 173,
To General and Housing.
H 174,
To General and Housing.
H 175,
To General and Housing.
H 176,
To Corrections and Institutions.
H 177,
To Ways and Means.
H 178,
To Ways and Means.
H 179,
To Education.
H 180,
To Education.
H 181,
To Energy and Digital Infrastructure.
H 182,
To Government Operations and Military Affairs.
H 183,
To Judiciary.
H 184,
To Human Services.
H 185,
To Healthcare.
H 186,
To Judiciary.
H 187,
To Transportation.
H 188,
To Transportation.
H 189,
To Judiciary.
and H 190.
To Judiciary. Members, we have a bill on the notice calendar requiring referral to a money committee pursuant to House Rule 35A. House Bill 44 is an act relating to miscellaneous amendments to the laws governing impaired driving. Carrying an appropriation, the bill is referred to the Committee on Appropriations. Members, we have received a request to read a House concurrent resolution that the House and the Senate adopted pursuant to the consent calendar. HCR 25 is a House concurrent resolution recognizing the vital role of Vermont 211 on its 20th anniversary and recognizing February 11th, 2025 as National 211 Day in Vermont. Please listen to the reading of the resolution.
Whereas United Ways of Vermont operates Vermont 211, a nationally accredited health and human services helpline that provides a 24/7 statewide information and referral service. And whereas Vermont 211 provides streamlined, easy access to over 1,000 community-based agencies, offering 2,900 programs and 10,800 services via text, phone, email, and website. And whereas a team of 11 trained, empathetic community resource specialists is employed at Vermont 211 and is able to help Vermonters assess their needs in a safe and confidential manner. And whereas Vermont 211 received over 57,000 contacts via phone calls, texts, and emails in 2024, resulting in over 12,500 referrals for programs and services. And whereas the most commonly requested services were for basic needs such as access to housing, food, and utilities. And Vermont 211 helps to maintain the integrity of the 911 system as a responder to non-emergency calls. And whereas the Department for Children and Families receives invaluable support from Vermont 211 through the management of after-hours general assistance calls. And whereas Vermont 211 works with Vermont Emergency Management Services in the course of regional, statewide, and national emergencies such as flooding and pandemics. And whereas the member organizations of the Food Security Roadmap Coalition value Vermont 211 as an essential partner and essential tool for the provision of robust services. And whereas Vermont 211 is celebrating 20 years of service as an essential community resource, now therefore be it resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives that the General Assembly recognizes the vital role of Vermont 211 on its 20th anniversary and recognizes February 11th, 2025 as National 211 Day in Vermont. And be it further resolved that the Secretary of State be directed to send a copy of this resolution to Vermont 211.
Are there any announcements? Member from Brattleboro.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. On behalf of the members of Brattleboro, I'm proud to introduce David Robinson, the Sergeant of Arms for my beloved American Legion Post 5 in Brattleboro. David is a tireless advocate for veterans and their families, both in Brattleboro and across the state, a gentle lover of animals, and a great defender of democracy. Our town, our state, and our country are better for David's love and service. Madam Speaker, join me in welcoming David to the State House and thank him for his service and the touching devotional.
Will the guest of the member from Brattleboro please rise and be recognized? Member from Waterbury.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today's date is February 11th, otherwise known as 2/11. And we just heard the reading of the resolution honoring the 20th anniversary of Vermont's 211 program. And today, I'm really pleased to introduce some special guests we have with us here today. And many of you might not be familiar with the fact that the United Ways in Vermont, that 211 is a program of the United Ways. We heard how instrumental 211 is to all Vermonters, and particularly in times of need when people are looking to access resources, looking to access emergency housing, looking to access childcare, looking to report damage from one of our disasters that unfortunately we've been plagued with in recent years. But they're a statewide resource. They're a 24/7 resource, and a resource that we have come to value and appreciate here in the state of Vermont. They have trained staff available 365 days a year. You get access to a real live person on the other end of the phone if you need a real live person. And Vermonters really have come to rely on 211 for help in their times of need. Please join me in recognizing several guests that have joined us today from United Ways and from 211 specifically. We have executive directors from Green Mountain, Lamoille, and Addison County United Ways. They are here along with the executive director, Elizabeth Gilman, and a staff person from 211. And please welcome to the People's House. They're in the balcony. Thank you.
Will the guest of the member from Waterbury please rise and be recognized? Are there any further announcements? Member from Bradford?
Madam Speaker, I have a guest in the balcony. Elizabeth Daly is a member of the Youth Voice Committee of the Vermont State Youth Council. She also attended the Governor's Institute on Global Issues and Youth Action. She's a junior at Lamoille Union High School and a resident of Johnson. Could the body please help me welcome her to the People's House?
Will the guest of the member from Bradford please rise and be recognized? Member from Berkshire.
Good morning. In the State House today are students from Richford Junior Senior High School and their instructors, Ms. Liz Erickson and Mr. Wesley Kempton. They are from the Effective Speaking, Communications, Current Events, and Civics classes at RHS. They will be meeting with their legislators, touring the State House and the Supreme Court to learn more about what we do here. Madam Speaker, would you kindly welcome them to the People's House? They are seated in the balcony.
Will the guest of the member from Berkshire please rise and be recognized? Member from Dover.
Madam Speaker, tomorrow is Wednesday. Wednesday is Rural Caucus meeting day. We will be meeting at 8 a.m. in room 10 and all are welcome.
Are there any further announcements? Seeing none, orders of the day. We have one bill on our action calendar this morning. House Bill 118 is an act relating to expanding the scope of hate-motivated crimes. Please listen to the third reading of the bill.
H 118, an act relating to expanding the scope of hate-motivated crimes.
The question is, shall the bill pass? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have passed the bill. Members, that completes the orders of the day. Are there any announcements? Member from Brattleboro.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is a hastily organized announcement. People from the Governor's Institutes of Vermont are out in the card room today. Governor's Institutes, as people may know, offer an adventure of learning and community for high school students. There are numerous programs. It's a wonderful, wonderful organization. And I urge you to go check out their information in the card room. I have a personal experience with the Governor's Institute on the Arts. My husband taught there for 10 years. 2 of my children attended as high school students and then worked there. And it's a very enriching and positive organization. So I believe that they are just sitting down here. Director, not sure. Anyway, please give them a warm welcome.
Will the guest of the member from Brattleboro please rise and be recognized? Are there any further announcements? Member from Essex Junction.
Madam Speaker, the Democratic Caucus will meet 15 minutes after the floor in room 11 here in the State House building. We are not in the pavilion. We are here in room 11. Thank you.
Member from St. Albans Town.
Madam Speaker, House Republicans will caucus 15 minutes upon adjournment in room 10.
Member from Burlington.
Madam Speaker, House Progressives will caucus at noon in the pavilion in room 270 today, where we'll be receiving guests from all over the state. Thank you.
Are there any further announcements? Seeing none. Member from St. Albans Town. Member from Barrytown.
Thank you. This is another hasty introduction. The Vermont Nurses Association and a couple of other affiliated groups are here today for Advocacy Day. And would you please help us welcome them to the People's House? Thank you.
Will the guest of the member from Barrytown please rise and be recognized? Are there any further announcements? Seeing none. Member from St. Albans Town, can you please offer us a motion to adjourn until Wednesday, February 12th, 2025 at 3 p.m.?
Madam Speaker, I make a motion that this body stand in adjournment until Wednesday, February 12th at 3 p.m.
You have heard the motion. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and this body stands in adjournment until tomorrow at 3 p.m.